Good afternoon, class. So, as you all know, we are on lesson number 2, insurance and annuity. And we have already started with the topic annuity. That is, I explained your classification of annuities. And we started yesterday with immediate or ordinary annuity and sums related to it. So, as I told you, you have to remember the word end. So, when we are talking about immediate or ordinary annuity, the end word is very important because it is done after the end of each period. That is, maybe it can be annually, half yearly, quarterly, or monthly. So we had seen some sums, and also I have given you all these 4 formulas to keep in mind for immediate or ordinary annuity. And these 4 important notes, what you have to do when you see the word annually, half yearly, semi-annual or biannual, quarterly and monthly. So the rate of interest and number of years will keep on changing as per these 4 conditions. So continuing with our exercise 2.2 and the sums. Yesterday we finished sums 1 to 8. So continuing forward, again today our focus will be only on annuity immediate. Okay. So this is the question. Find the rate of interest compounded annually if an annuity immediate at rupees 20,000 per year amounts to rupees 2,60,000 in 3 years. So class, as you can see, per means every, each. So whenever each or every word comes, that means they are talking about C, as I told you. So C is 20,000 over here. Amounts. Amounts means accumulated amount, 2,60,000. Number of years is given to be as 3 years. And our question mark because it is compounded annually. So no changes will be done over here. So we'll use the formula A is equal to C upon I, 1 plus I raised to N minus 1. So 2,60,000 is equal to 20,000 divided by I because I is not given. As we don't have R, we don't know what is I because I is equal to R upon 100. 1 plus I the whole cube minus 1. So I will take 20,000 over there, cross multiply, so it will be divided. 2,60,000 divided by 20,000. So here I am left with 1 upon I. And 1 plus I the whole cube minus 1. On cancelling 2,60,000 with 20, I got 13. And the right hand side copy paste as usual, as you can see. Now class, listen to me very carefully. Now over here you can see this particular bracket is in the form of A plus B the whole cube. So you remember what is the formula for A plus B the whole cube? If not, then listen to the formula. The formula is A cube plus 3A square B plus 3AB square plus B cube. So I repeat, it's A cube plus 3A square B plus 3AB square plus B cube. So I'll be opening the bracket like this, as you can see. Other things remaining the same. So I've multiplied 1 into this bracket, which gives me this particular bracket, and I is in the form of division like this. So A cube, my A over here is 1. So 1 cube plus 3 into A square into B, and B is I over here, plus 3 into A into B square, which give me I square, plus B cube. So that is I cube minus 1 bracket close divided by I. So in the next line, 1 cube gives me 1. 3 into 1 square I gives me 3I. 3, 1 into I square gave me 3I square. And in last year in complex numbers, we saw how to split I cube if it is odd power. So I have splitted that into I square into I. Minus 1 divided by I. So plus 1 and minus 1 can get cancelled over here. So you are just left with 13 is equal to, and I have divided I by each particular number. As there is a plus sign, I can distribute the denominators separately like this. So 13 is equal to 3i divided by I plus 3i square divided by I plus I square I divided by I. So I from each of the particular variables and numbers will get cancelled, and you are left with 13 is equal to 3 plus 3i plus I square. So now you can take 13 that side. So I have arranged it in the form of a quadratic equation. I square plus 3i plus 3 minus 13 is equal to 0, which gives you I square plus 3i minus 10 is equal to 0. So now you can solve this by two methods. Either you can split the middle term, find out the factors, or you can also solve it by completing the square method. That is b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So any of the one methods which you feel comfortable. I am finding it by factorization method. So the factors are plus 5 minus 2. So I square plus 5i minus 2i minus 10 is equal to 0. So we make pairs of 2 each. Then I remove I common from each of the paired numbers. So I into I plus 5 minus 2 into I plus 5 equals 0. So I plus 5 into I minus 2 is equal to 0. So I is equal to minus 5 or I is equal to 2. So as you all know, the negative number is not considered. So the value of I is equal to 2. But we have to find out the rate of interest. So we know the formula I is equal to R upon 100. So 2 is equal to R upon 100. So 100 goes that side. 2 into 100 gives you 200% per annum. This is the rate of interest which is offered annually. So I hope the sum is very clear. If not, please see the steps one by one. And if any doubt, please let me know, class, because I have gone very slow while teaching you all this sum, and I hope each and every step I have made it easier for you all to understand. Still, if you face any problem, please let me know. Okay. Moving forward to the next sum, sum number 10. Find the number of years for which an annuity of rupees 500 is paid at the end of every year if the accumulated amount works out to be 1655, where interest is compounded annually at 10% per annum. So now you have to find the number of years, that is n. Again, that is immediate annuity which is given. It is not mentioned directly. So can you all tell me how did I identify? Correct, by seeing the word end over here. So you all saw the word end. So end, future, all these words represent that the annuity is immediate. Okay. Again, the sum is of annually, so I have no problem while converting in and R. So over here, C is given to be 500 because every is connected with the word rupees 500 over here. Rate of interest 10%, so I will be 10 by 100, 0.10. Accumulated amount is 1655. You have to find number of years is equal to how much. So now we'll use the formula again. A is equal to C upon I. 1 plus I raised to n minus 1. On substituting the values, you'll get something like this. Now in this case, n is not given to us. So I have removed the decimal, as you can see, 50,000 divided by 10, and I've added 1 plus 0.10, which gives me 1.10. On cancelling the 0, I am left with 5,000. Now I'll take 5,000 that side and divide it like this. 1655 divided by 5,000. This side remains the same because nothing can be done this side. N is missing. I've divided this by 5. So 5331s are divided by 5,000s are gives me this. So 331 divided by 1000 gives you 0.331 is equal to 1.10 raised to n minus 1. Now what you can do is take this minus 1 that side. So it will become plus 1. So 0.331 plus 1 is equal to 1.10 raised to n. which gives you 1.331 is equal to 1.10 raised to n. Now class, can anybody tell me how will I find the answer? Okay, so for the time being, just forget that there is 1.331. Take the number to be as 1331. Now tell me class, what is 11 square? Yes, it is 121. Now 11 square into 11, that is, tell me what will be the answer of 11 cube. Giving you all 2 minutes to solve and see. What do you get? 11 into 11 into 11. Exactly. You got the answer to be 1331. So can I say class 1.331 is nothing but 1.10 the whole cube or 1.1 the whole cube. So I have written 1.331 as 1.10 the whole cube, which is equal to 1.10 the whole raised to n. So as the bases are same, so power will also be equal. So value of n is equal to 3 years. Rule of indices. Followed class how to remove the number of years. I hope the sum is really easy and you understood the logic over here. What did we do? All right. Okay. Now class, sum number 11, 12 and 13 are not related to annuity immediate. So we are not covering them today. So directly I have taken sum number 14 because we are first completing all the sums related to annuity immediate. So we'll be covering 11, 12 and 13 in the next session when we start with annuity due. An annuity immediate is to be paid for some years at 12% per annum. The present value is 10,000 and accumulated value is 20,000. Find the amount of each annuity paid. So over here class, you have got many things like present value is given. Accumulated amount is also given to you. So A is 20,000, P is 10,000, R is 12%. It is compounded annually, so nothing is specified, so we'll assume that. So which gives you you get it to be as 0.12. What they have told you to find out. Find the amount of each annuity payment. So when the word each, every, per comes, what did I told you all class? Yes, you have to find C. So now here the formula changes. You have A, you have P, you have R, but you don't have N. So remember class, which formula comes? Yes, formula number 4. That is 1 upon P minus 1 upon A is equal to I upon C. So class, there are 4 formulas depending upon the situation. You have to use them. So as you can see, I have written 1 divided by 10,000 minus 1 divided by 20,000 is equal to 0.12 divided by C. Now as you can see, P and A ka denominator are not the same, so we cannot subtract. So before we subtract, we have to make the denominator same. So I can make 10,000 into 20,000 by multiplying both numerator and denominator by 2. So I have multiplied 1 into 2 divided by 10,000 into 2. The rest is copy paste the same. So you get 2 by 20,000 minus 1 by 20,000 is equal to 12 by 100C. I have removed the decimal, nothing else. So don't worry. Now as your denominators are same, you can subtract the numerator. So 2 minus 1 divided by 20,000. I have made a common denominator, is equal to 12 divided by 100C. So 2 minus 1 gives you 1 by 20,000 is equal to 12 by 100C. So C is equal to 12 into 20,000 divided by 100. So you get the answer to be 2,400. So the amount of each annuity payment is rupees 2,400. So I hope the sum is clear. The sum can be asked for 2 marks. Because it's not that big and it's very easy. You have to just insert the formula and find out the answer. Moving towards the next sum, sum number 15. For an annuity immediate paid for 3 years with interest compounded at 10%, the present value is 24,000. What will be the accumulated value after 3 years? So class, in this case, what is given? Again, it is annuity immediate, compounded annually, so nothing to worry. Basically, you have the present value, number of years is given, rate of interest is given, and you have to find out the value of A. So now class, tell me, which formula will you use? Should I use A is equal to C upon I? Because C is not given to me. So is there any other formula existing? Yes, formula number 3. Remember class, A is equal to P 1 plus I raised to N. Repeat after me. A is equal to P 1 plus I raised to N. So by putting this formula, you get the value like this, 24,000 into 1 plus 0. Just forgive me for the mistake over there. It is 0.10 the whole cube, not 0.10. So which gives you 1.10 the whole cube. Value of 1.1 is given, 1.331, and we removed just now also in the sum if you remember. So 24,000 into 1.331, I've removed the decimal. So you get 24 into 1331, the answer comes to 31,944. So the accumulated amount for annuity compounded, sorry, again there's a mistake, no quarterly. Please forgive me, here there's a mistake, so avoid this. This is a printing mistake over here. So there's no quarterly, and over here this 0 is not there. This is extra. So apart from these two mistakes, there's nothing over here. These two mistakes are there, so please forgive me for that. All right, so followed again, this sum can be asked for 2 marks. Okay, all right. So moving forward with the next sum, and the last sum you can say most probably of this particular session today. Okay, just give me a second. All right, the question is like this. A person sets up a sinking fund in order to have 1 lakh after 10 years. What amount should be deposited biannually in the account that pays him 5% per annum compounded semi-annually? So did you all see the word semi and bi? So what do you mean by that? You have to divide the rate of interest by 2 and you have to multiply the number of years by 2. Also class, did you all see the word sinking fund? So before we move forward with this, let us get some knowledge. What do you mean by a sinking fund? Sinking basically means doobna. If you are, डूब रहे हो पानी में, that is called as sink. But a sinking fund is ये ऐसा फंड है जब आप डूब रहे हो तो आपको बच जाएगा. So a sinking fund is a fund which is established by the financial organization by setting aside revenue over a period of time compounded annually to fund a future capital expense or repayment of a long-term debt. तो बेसिकली इसको मैं सिंपल भाषा में समझाऊं तो अपने अकाउंट्स में जनरल रिजर्व, आप देखा होगा लाइबिलिटी साइड में आप डालते हो रिजर्व फंड करके आपने वर्ड डाला होगा. These are all your different types of reserve fund which you create for emergencies or contingencies, है ना. So ऐसे ही बोला है, आप हर साल कुछ ना कुछ थोड़ा थोड़ा रेवेन्यू बाजू में रखते हो so that you can fund a future capital expense. आगे चल के अगर आपको कोई बड़ा capital expense करना हो या repayment of a long term debt, आपकी कोई debt बची है, लोन है, EMI है जो आपको भरना है, that you can pay through this. So followed, what is a sinking fund? All right. So we come back again to the sum. तो यहाँ पे we can say is 1 lakh because 10 साल बाद की बात हो रही है. So here, as you can see, I have highlighted the color yellow. N is equal to 10 into 2, 20 years. Rate was 5%. So 5 divided by 2, 2.5%. So I is 2.5 divided by 100. On removing the decimal, I get 25 by 1000, which is 0.025. एंड ये रामायण क्यों किया? बिकॉज यू सॉ द वर्ड सेमी एनुअल और बाई एनुअल. What you have to find out, what amount should be deposited in the account biannually. हर 6 महीने में आपको कुछ अमाउंट अकाउंट में डालते रहना है. तो each हर 6 महीने में, हर 6 महीना मतलब C each. Okay. So we use the same formula. A is equal to C upon I, 1 plus I raised to n minus 1. So 1 lakh is equal to C upon 0.025, 1 plus 0.025 raised to 20 minus 1. So I have bought 0.025 this side, cross multiply kar liya maine. And I have added these two together. The value is given in the bracket 1.675. I have removed the decimal over here. So I'm left with 2500. Is equal to C into 0.675. So I'll take 0.675 that side, divide and remove the decimal again. Working you can do as per your convenience. I am showing you all the easiest way to go about so that less of cancellation will be required. Then I've cancelled it by 5. That is 500s and 5 135s are 675. Again, I have cancelled by 5. So 500s and 527s are. So 1 lakh divided by 27, which gives you 3,703.7 rupees. So this much amount should be deposited in the sinking fund account biannually by the person. So class, with this sums on immediate annuity is over. Before I wind off the session, just we'll quick revision of all the 4 formulas without seeing. I won't show you all the formula. So repeat after me. First formula is of accumulated amount when C is given. So A is equal to C upon I, 1 plus I raised to n minus 1. Next, again accumulated amount when present value is given. तो आपने याद रखना है A के 2 फॉर्मूले हैं. So A is equal to P, bracket open, 1 plus I raised to n. Okay. Then tell me class, which is the third one? The present value. Correct. So present value is equal to P is equal to C upon I, bracket open, 1 minus 1 plus I raised to minus n. And last but not the least, can you all tell me? Just now we studied today. Yes. 1 upon P minus 1 upon A is equal to I upon C. Giving you all 2 minutes class. This is the slide which we revised just now. So ye charo formula revise kar lo. Because if you are confused among this, so tomorrow you won't understand the topic that we'll be covering. So just go through all these 4 formulas. Apart from that, annually रहेगा तो R और N को कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. If it is biannual, semi-annual, R divide by 2 and N into 2. If it is quarterly, then R divide by 4 and N into 4. And last, if it is monthly, R should be divided by 12 and N should be multiplied by 12. So I hope class you are clear with all the sums which we have covered up till now. And with that, we end our topic, that is annuity immediate. Okay. So tomorrow we are covering annuity due and sums related to it. So till then, keep practicing, take care, stay safe. And thank you so much for listening to me. We stop here for today.